recording. So we discussed a single inheritance and multiple inheritance. What is a single inheritance? In inheritance, we are going to have only one base class, and from that we are going to derive only one derived class. And what is multiple? From multiple more than one base classes, we are going to derive only one derived class. Okay, here then multi-level, just write on multi-level. So what will be there means we are going to derive one derived class from one base class, and again we are going to derive one more class from the derived class. Okay, see, so here your A is base class, from that you are going to derive B. B is nothing but B derived from A, and again see you are going to derive from B, which is derived from A. So base class, intermediary class, that is derived from A, and derived class C derived from B. Okay, this is multi-level. Understand? So A is your base class. From that you are going to derive B, that is nothing but intermediary class. From that you are going to derive C. Okay. From B we are going to derive C, where B already derived from A. This is the flow. Okay, I got it. Like grandfather, your father, and you. Okay, your father comes from your grandpa, right? And you from your father. So what is his grandfather, your father, and finally you. Like that. This will be the example for multi-level inheritance. Okay, let us see one program. So grandfather is your base class. Okay, so just what we are assigning, just we are assigning grandfather name, then father. So this father must and should derived from this grandfather. Okay, see, we inherited, and you are accessing grandfather name here as well. We already discussed how to access base class constructor. So what we need to do, we need to specify the class name, then the constructor. Okay, this is intermediate class that we derived from this base class. Then you have one more class called son, that is derived from father, which is already derived from your grandfather. Okay, so here what you did, son name, that's your name. Okay, you are printing, then you are calling this base class. What is base class for this son? Father is base class for this one, and you are calling that init method. And there you have two parameters, one is father name, one is grandfather name. So you are passing them here, father name, grandfather name, to the constructor from your intermediate class. And finally you are printing them, grandfather name, father name, son name. Okay, see how it's going to work. See, grandfather name, father name, son name. You got right? See, this is prints. So for the son class, what is the first parameter? Son name is Prince. Father name is Rampal. Grandfather name is Lalmani. So when you run it, see grandfather name, father name, son name. So just try to understand. Okay. Again, I'm going to explain. You have one base class called grandfather. In that, just you are assigning this grandfather name to the self.grandfather name. It's nothing but constructor. Okay, then you have father class that you are deriving from grandfather. Okay, and what you are passing here, father name and grandfather name, because it is derived from grandfather, right? So that's why the parameter that inside your class name also you need to pass here. Okay, first father name you assign to self dot father name, but grandfather name constructor you already have in your grandfather class, so you are inheriting it. Okay, this we are yesterday, yesterday in yesterday's class itself, we discussed how we can access base class constructor. This is the way. Okay, then you have your son class. Son class is derived from father, which is already derived from grandfather. Okay, to that you need to pass son name and father name, grandfather name. You already saw able to see in your father class. That's why you pass those as well. Okay, you assigned here, and this father name and grandfather name, to pass them you are calling this base class. For son, what is the base class? Father, right? So you are calling father class constructor, and then you are defining one more method to print those names. Okay, so when you run, you can print them. Okay, grandfather name, father name, son name. Okay, this is how multi-level inheritance going to work. Okay, clear, guys? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
if
One
you,
thing you
Monica.
explained that day, you told like super class also. You'll explain.
yeah, I will tell.
Okay.
At end, I will tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
First, let us close one more. So final, only one type of inheritance is left, hierarchical. Okay, this is opposite to multi-level. In multi-level, what we are going to have, we are going to have more than one a base class and deriving only one derived class. But in hierarchical inheritance, there will be only one base class and you are going to derive more than one derived class. Okay, quite opposite to multiple. Okay, hierarchical is opposite to multiple. So from one base class, we are going to derive multiple derived classes. This is hierarchical. Okay, see, I have only one base class called A, but I am deriving multiple classes B, C, D. These are all derived from A. Okay, like you can consider bird. Okay, bird is base class. From that, you can have parrot, dove, like sparrow, like multiple derived class. Only one base class, multiple derived classes. Okay, and normally we are also have multiple siblings, right? Like siblings means uh, like for your parent, there will be one or two children like that. So this is parent. So parent is my base class. From that I am deriving two classes, child one, child two. Okay, let us see how this functionality going to work. See, I have one base class parent. In that, just I'm printing one statement. Okay, this function is from parent class. Okay, then child one. So I'm using parent, means I'm inheriting. And in that also I have only one like function called, and just I'm printing. This function is in child one, and same child two. Just I'm printing here. Okay, just check how it's going to work. Okay. See, object, you created two objects. Let me explain again. I have one parent class. Okay. And from that, I am deriving two child classes. One is child one is child two. Means one base class, two derived classes. One derived class name is child one more derived class name is child two. Inside them, just I am having only one function and just I am printing. Okay, from where I am getting this print statement. So this function in child one, this function in child two, this is in parent. So just for our identification. Okay. Then what we did, we created two objects. One is for derived class one is for derived class two. Means one is for child one is for child two. Okay. And function one, where is your function one? That is inside your base class. So what will be the output for this object one dot function one? This function is in parent class. Then object one dot function two. What is object one? Child class, child one's class object. So it's going to be there, and there you have function two. So what is the output? This function is in child one. Okay, here if you try object one dot function three, that will give you error. Okay, later you can try. That will give you error because this function 3 inside your child 2. But your child 1 didn't inherit this child 2, right? So that will give you error. So normally if a class is derived means it can access the class methods and base class methods, not the another class methods. Okay. And then object to do for your child 2. And function 1 means it's going to this parent class function 1 and it will print you this message. And function 3 object to 2 for this child 2 class, it will go here and this will print this function is in child 2. See, this function is in parent class 1, then this from your first derived class, this is from parent class, this is from your derived class 2. Okay. Okay, so is it clear how hierarchical this is quite opposite to multiple. Okay, if it is clear
Yeah.
then I will, yeah, someone going to ask doubt is.
No, Mans, I said okay, cleared.
Okay, and if you have any doubts once you practice you can ask. And here you ask, right, with the super how we can do. Okay, see, I have here we have grandfather, right? Instead of that you can use super, but some issue I don't know, and this is actually syntax. Okay, let us create one method called display self. Let us just print those names. Grandfather, what is it? Self dot grandfather name. Unique takes two position arguments, but three were passed. That's why I'm not able to understand why we are getting this issue. Normally, this is a
Ma'am,
syntax. Sorry,
remove that self, ma'am, once.
where here?
Super dot. No, ma'am. Super of that is self, ma'am.
Maybe this might be a cause. Okay, okay, yeah. Sorry, this might then, yeah. So just what we need to do is, if we are using a base class name, then self need to be passed. If we are using super, then self no need, like no need to be passed. Who told this self need to be removed?
Jai Sudha, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Is it clear, guys? How we can access with base class name and with super?
Yes, Manasa.